Good morning, guys. How are we doing today? It is the 26th of January 2022, and I'm taking a couple of days out because I've had some pretty sad news over the last few days. Yeah, two people that I was very close to have passed over to the Summerlands, and going through that should have talked to him more thing, and shoulda, woulda, coulda. Do you know what I mean? Ted was like a second dad to me. He was like a second dad. His wife Maria was like my second mum, and I used to call him my MK dad or my Milton Keynes dad, because when I had nowhere to go, they took me in. Barely knew me. They knew me from Stone Circle, and they took me in, and they looked after me, and they encouraged me, and they were beautiful. Maria still is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people. Unfortunately, over the last couple of years, both of them have been very, very ill, with the big C word, with cancer, and it finally got too much for Ted, and it's really sad, and Maria is fighting on. They were together 38 years. I was really, really sweet, and the other person that has gone is my friend Nick, who ran the Stone Circle for years and years, while we were still in Milton Keynes. He was the head of, our group there, and not only was he my friend and my brother, but he was almost also my priest. So, it's hard. And yet again, we didn't talk an awful lot recently, and I wish I had. But in fact, I didn't even know he was sick, and he succumbed to COVID. So it's been a bit of a couple of days. Monday, it started off really well on Monday. I did start off really, really well on Monday. I was starting to get some work done. I was doing all the things, and my elderly disabled neighbour knocked on my door. It was -2 degrees outside. He had no coat on, no jumper on, no nothing, and he'd locked himself out of his house. So I kept him here. We rang the council to get him brought back into his house. Took 6 hours and 3 phone calls. Yeah. And if I hadn't been in, I dread to think what would have happened to him. Since then, I have, because he's showing a lot of signs of dementia and such, which I recognise from my mother. So I rang them and said, look, you've got to keep a better eye on him than this. He's told me that, the carers won't get his gas and electric, and he's on prepaid meters. So if he doesn't have gas and electric, he's got no heating, he's got no electric. And they said, okay, I'll get onto that. So because he has his shopping brought in, it didn't seem to make sense to me. If they're doing his shopping, why aren't they topping up his gas and electric? The whole prepaid meter thing, I have to admit, is bonkers. This is the only country in the world that I've ever been in, and I've been in loads that have prepaid gas and electric meters. I've never seen it anywhere else before. My auntie used to have a 50p meter in her house, and I remember on Sundays we'd had to jimmy out like 4 or 5 50p pieces to put them back in so that there was room and to finish off Christmas dinner or the Sunday dinner. Which was bonkers, utterly bonkers, because someone would have to come out once or twice a week to empty the meters, which is why they came up with this whole card thing. So, yeah, fun and games. So yeah, it's been a bit of a week, so I'm taking a couple of days out. I actually woke up with a migraine this morning, not the painful variety, but if you've ever had migraines, there is a type of migraine where you see like an invisible line that looks like a tear in the time-space reality. That's the best way I could describe it. Just looks like a rip in your vision, but it's see-through and you can see it, and what it does is it moves across from one side to the other, and I've had one of those this morning. I'm not really surprised. So I'm going to get up. It's 5:30. Tanny's gone to work. I'm going to get up, chuck myself in the shower, get myself together. Oh, and I spent all last week on the phone to government agencies, all last week. So much fun. So I'm pretty sure that I'm done with all the government stuff at the moment, and I don't have to worry about any of that for a while. Thankfully. But yeah, I've got loads of other stuff to do. I'm so behind on doing everything this week because I haven't done anything this week yet. So yeah, I'm gonna go though. Just look after each other, and if there's people in your life you haven't spoken to in a long time, just reach out, say hello, let them know that you still love them, because we're not promised tomorrow. Hell, we're not even promised today. But just know that if you're not feeling loved, I love you. I do. And I might be crap at keeping in contact, but I still love you. I love you guys heaps. Blessings.